We are here today to announce Ameris Bank's agreement to enter into a consent decree regarding our allegations that the bank engaged in redlining in violation of the Fair Housing Act and the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Redlining occurs when lenders deny or discourage applications or avoid providing loans in neighborhoods because of the race, color, or national origin of the people who live in those neighborhoods. Our complaint alleges that the bank denied or discouraged home loan applications and other credit opportunities and services in major Black and Hispanic neighborhoods here in Jacksonville. As a result of our investigation, we have reached a settlement agreement with Ameris. If approved by the court, the bank would pay $9 million to expand access to credit opportunities for residents of Black and Hispanic neighborhoods in Jacksonville. Our complaint alleges that the bank located its branches in specific areas of Jacksonville to serve majority white neighborhoods and to avoid serving Black and Hispanic neighborhoods. This included failing to open even a single branch in majority Black and Hispanic neighborhoods in Jacksonville, despite having opened 18 full-service branches in other parts of Jacksonville. For example, we allege that in 2019, Ameris closed 2 of its Jacksonville branches as part of its so-called efficiency initiative. Ameris had identified both of those branches as having, quote, minority populations, quote, higher than nearby branch locations. One of those branches, which was located within what Ameris called the, quote, urban core of Jacksonville, was the closest branch to most of the city's majority Black and Hispanic neighborhoods. That branch was closed despite the fact that Ameris itself rated it as one of the, quote, best financial performers of all of its branches across the United States. Ameris did not close any branches in the majority white areas of Jacksonville as part of this so-called efficiency initiative. The majority of the $9 million in relief that Ameris will pay under the consent order will be in the form of loan subsidy funds. These funds can be used by residents for down payments, to lower their interest rates, or to make home improvements that will increase the value of their homes. In addition, the settlement requires Ameris to open or acquire its first full-service branch located in a majority Black and Hispanic neighborhood in Jacksonville. That branch will be located on the St. Johns River in a retail-oriented, visible location. Discrimination in lending has its roots in a nearly century-old government program that denied Black Americans access to credit services to obtain home ownership. But as today's redlining case makes clear, redlining is not just a relic of the past. Indeed, some of the neighborhoods that we allege Ameris redlined are some of the same neighborhoods that federal agencies originally redlined in the 1930s. Moreover, the harm of redlining is not felt only by individuals and communities that are redlined today, but also by the next generation and the next. Redlining makes it difficult for people of color to accumulate wealth through the purchase, refinancing, or repair of their homes. This has contributed to, and it continues to deepen, the persistent wealth gap in our country. This kind of discrimination in lending violates federal law, and it is contrary to the promise of equal access to opportunity upon which both our economy and our democracy depend. As the FBI has noted, we are seeing an increase in reported threats against faith communities, particularly Jewish, Muslim, and Arab communities and institutions. Last week, I directed all 94 of our United States attorneys' offices and the FBI to be in close touch with federal, state, and local law enforcement partners in their districts. Yesterday, I met with, and today and tomorrow, I will continue to meet with our U.S. attorneys and federal, state, and local law enforcement officials here in Florida. I have also directed our U.S. attorneys to reach out to religious and other community leaders in their districts to reaffirm our commitment to them and to assess what additional support they may need. The entire Justice Department remains vigilant in our efforts to identify and respond to hate crimes, threats of violence, or related incidents, with particular attention to threats to faith communities. And as always, the Justice Department remains focused on doing everything we can to keep Americans safe from the threat of terrorism.